Hi guys, it's Lynn with Curiosity Crochet. I thought I would share another, easy, quick tutorial with you guys today. I hope you're all staying safe and well. I know I'm getting a little bored and stir crazy, so I'm putting out a lot of videos. Just something to do, and something to share with you guys if you're bored and looking for something new to work on. But this is going to be a handbag. I worked up the big piece, and then we'll put it together. I'll show you the stitch and then let you go, and then we'll meet back up and put it together. But this is my big piece, and then it'll get folded and we'll stitch up the sides, and then we're going to work in a round and add a top part and then make it into handles. And that part, I'm actually winging it. It's my favorite thing to do. Just work it up as we're going. So you guys can bear with me and we'll get through it together. But it's a real easy stitch. It's actually kind of fun. It works up really quick. I use 2 colors. You'll start with one and then you'll end with that same one. And you won't detach here because we're going to use that color to do the top part. And then you can cut off, though, when you get up there, the other color, and we're going to use that one to sew up or stitch up the sides. So I actually used Soft and Shiny by Loops and Threads. This is a Michaels brand. This is a 4-weight. It's very comparable to Caron Simply Soft. It's a 4-weight, and these actually recommend very small hooks, but I used a 5.5. The Caron Simply Soft, I think, recommends a 5, and I just went one up from that because this is a pretty dense stitch. It's pretty thick, and I wanted it to work up, I still wanted it to be a little dense, but not that dense. So I went with a 5.5. So whatever yarn you use, and I do recommend using a 4-weight, just so that it's not super bulky. I mean, you can use a 5-weight if you want to, just use one hook size bigger. No matter what yarn you use one size bigger than what it recommends. I'm actually just going to use my Caron Pantone yarn that I use for my videos to show you the stitch, and then I'll let you guys go. And you can make this as wide and as tall as you want. So like the width will be what we chain, and then your height will be how tall you make it, and then you just fold it in half. And you'll be able to tell how big you want it to be. And you can make, like I said, you can make it any size you want to. It's totally up to you. I didn't make mine real big. It's going to be a small handbag, because when I make up these handbags, I give them to my nieces because they love to play with them. They're still little. And I don't make them real big so that they can, they're not huge for them. So, but you can make it any size you want to. And then, of course, you need your scissors and your tapestry needle. You don't need a tape measure for this because this is more of an eyeballer. You can see how tall or short or how wide you want it to be just based on what you're looking at. So let's all get situated. Get your hook, get your yarn, get everything situated. I'll get situated. We'll meet back. I'll show you the stitch and we'll go from there. Okay, once you get all set up and you've got your yarn, you're going to make a slip knot and you're going to chain an odd number of stitches. So any odd number, like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, an odd number, and just chain until you get the width of however big you want your bag to be. And like I said, you can do it any size, because this will work for any size bag. You just have to be an odd number. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate and I hear movement and talking outside my door. But anyways, once you get your chains done, mine's a small because I'm just going to show you. I did 15 chains. I'm just going to show you how to work it up, and then I'll let you go. We're going to skip the first 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th, you're going to go in there and put a double crochet. And then you're going to put a double crochet in each stitch for the length of the chain. So this is just our base row. This is just creating something to work off of. Now, you are going to be working with more than one color. First of all, you can do it in one color if you want to. But the way I got the way mine looked is I used 2 colors. So you can use 1, you can use 2, you could use 3. You could use how many ever colors you want to. And I'm going to show you where to change colors, but I'm just going to use this one to show you. So when you get down here to the end of your chain, when you get to this last one, this is where you're going to make your first color change. So you'll stop here, and then you'll bring in your other color to finish the double crochet, or however you want to bring in your colors. If you have your own way of doing it, just however you're comfortable. And then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to turn our work. You're always going to chain 1. This was just our base row, and we'll work into this chain 3 down here, but you'll always just chain 1. There's 2 rows repeat, but they're very easy. So now that you've changed colors, we're going to single crochet in this first stitch here, and then we're going to put a front post double crochet around the next post. So you're just going to go in and go underneath that post and do your double crochet. And my yarn is splitting. Sorry guys. And then in the next stitch, you're going to do a single crochet. And then you're going to put a front post around the next. So go under, and then a single in the next. So you're just going to repeat that all the way down. Front post, dog hair, and a single in the next. Front post, you go in the side and go underneath, put your hook under that post, and do your front post, and then a single, and then a front post, and then a single, and then around this last post here, you'll do your last front post, and then in the top of your chain 3 here, you're going to put that last single. So you'll start and end with a single crochet. Okay, now in the same color, you're going to chain 1, and you're just going to single crochet your way across. So in each stitch, you're just going to put 1 single crochet all the way across. My ball of yarn is trying to attack me. I'm just going to get you down here. Now, when you come to your last stitch on this row, always on your single crochet row, when you get to the end of your single crochet row, you're going to bring in your other color. So you're going to start your single crochet, and then you're going to bring in your other color here, and then you're going to chain 1, and then with your new color, this is what we're going to do. You're going to single crochet in the first, and then where that first front post is, you're going to go down and front post around that post, and then single crochet, and then front post around, front post around that front post. Why does it keep going It's giving me a hard time. And then single in the next. And then that's what you're going to repeat. So you're just going to work around each post. And that's what you're going to do every row. You're going to do your single and then post around the post below. Let me just get down to the end here. And then you'll finish with your single crochet at the end. And then you're going to single crochet your way back and with the same color so that you can grab your other color again. And you'll change at the last. You'll change back colors at the last one here. And then you'll do the same thing. So every other row you're changing color. And you'll always change color to do the front post in single row. And then you'll come back with the same color in single crochet, change colors, and then do it all over again. So just every other row you're going to change colors. So you'll go across this way with your front posts, double back with the singles, change colors, come across with the front posts, go back with the single. I hope that makes sense. So you're going to work that up, and you're going to work your piece up as tall as you want it now. So you'll work it up and then keep folding it in half and see where it's at and see what size you want it to be. And then once you get that done, we'll meet back up and then we're going to put it together and do the top part of it. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back and we will get this put into a handbag. Okay, once you get your big piece made to however tall you want it to be, I sewed in all my random ends that I had from where I started and where I joined colors and everything. You could do all that at the end. I just wanted to get them out of my way. But now we're going to fold it in half and make sure it's matched up perfectly to end. And we're going to... Now you can either slip stitch or you can single crochet your way down the edges. I'm going to slip stitch. Just make sure you have it folded inside out, so where the posts are facing each other, so that we can flip it the right way. And I'm going to bring in this other color to use to slip stitch it together. I'm going to get this one out of the way. And remember, don't detach that top color, because we're going to use that to work in the round. Now, I haven't fully decided how I want to do the top. I do know I want to do at least 1 or 2 rounds around to make it nice and clean. And I haven't decided if I want to attach a handle or if I want to make a handle. So we'll figure it out together. How about that? And you guys are welcome to do however you want to. But I'm going to make a slip knot here, and I'm going to bring corner to corner. So I'm going to go in the last stitch here and the last stitch here, so that I know the corners match up. Now I'm going to bring this through. Well, at least try to. I'm hitting my camera stand here. And then you're just gonna find spots to go in on each side, since these are the sides of it. There's no specific stitch anywhere. You're just gonna find places to go in and slip stitch it together, just evenly all the way down. And you're gonna do this on both sides, so that it makes it into the bag that we're trying to get to. So just, find spots on each side to make sure it's going in evenly. So I just kind of look. I go in one spot here, and then I find a spot on the other side. Okay, so do that across this side, and then do it. Make sure you start in each of the last stitches and then just do it on both sides. And then we'll meet back up and we'll start the round on top. I just wanted to show you real quick. On this side, it might be a little tricky because we're still attached to the yarn. But you just go in to where the stitch is here. Because here's your last stitch. So we're just going to go like in there underneath where our attached yarn is. And then go in the other side. And then just try to wiggle your way around that's still attached. Like, get it out of the way however you can. Just for the, you know, just for this first part of it. So that you can slip stitch down. And then I'm actually going to move this out of the way here. I'm all tangled up. But you just want to get it out of the way. You want this to be out of your way so that you can grab this and then work your way down just like the other side. So you'll just find spots on each side and slip stitch them. So that's all you really have to do. And then this is still attached for us to work in the round. Okay, I just wanted to show you that real quick. Okay, once you get your sides slip stitched up, we're going to turn this right side out. Now, this is why I didn't bother doing like a row of anything around the outsides, because when you turn it, after you slip stitch it, all that is cleaned up. And look at how pretty that brings it together there. And it's like that on both sides. So you don't even see those edges. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work in the round a few times. And the reason I'm doing this is to clean up this top edge, and I want to bring it in just a little bit so that it's not so wide at the top. So we're going to do some decreasing too. Now, I think I've decided that I'm going to attach a handle. So it'll be on the top of this. And I'll show you how I attach mine, but I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to attach a handle instead of making a handle. But I still wanted to do this part because I want to bring this in just a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain one, and just to start with, right back in that same stitch, we're just going to put a single crochet all the way around in each stitch. And I suggest you count your stitches so you know what you're working with. Stitch count doesn't really matter at this point because we're just decreasing a bit to make it cleaner and a little smaller at the top. So stitch count really doesn't matter. But just so you know what you're working with, you can count and see how many you have all the way around. But go ahead and put one single crochet in each of your stitches all the way around. And when you come to the corners here, just work across to the stitches. So you're going to work into this one, and then you're going to work into that one. So just keep going all the way around. You don't have to skip anything. You don't have to add anything. We're just putting one single in each stitch, and I'll meet you back. Okay, coming around to the other side here, I'm just gonna finish this up with you guys. So make sure you get into this last stitch here, and then we're going to slip stitch to that first single crochet. Alright, so now we have one round done. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna chain two. We're actually going to do double crochets together. So we're going to put one double in the one we just slip stitched into. We're going to put one double in the next. So that's two in a row. And now we're going to put two together. So you're going to pull up and just pull through two, yarn over, go to the next one, pull through two, and then pull through 3. And then you'll put 2 in a row again. And then 2 together. And then 2 in a row. And then 2 together. Okay, and that's what you're going to repeat all the way around. So you'll do 2 in a row and then 2 together, 2 in a row, 2 together until you get back around here. And I'll meet you about this area here. Okay, we're coming around here and I have to do 2 in a row. And then 2 together. And I just wanted to show you, this is what this is what I mean about the stitch count not really mattering, because we're not doing anything specific here. So if you come around and you have 1 stitch left like I do, I'm just going to put a double crochet in there to finish that off. And then and if you have 2, just do one more decrease there. And then I'm going to slip stitch in the top of that first double crochet. Now, when you get to this point, if you feel like that is good enough for you and you don't need to bring it in any more than what it is, then you can be done and you can attach a handle or you can make a handle. It's totally up to you. But I'm going to do 1 more row of decrease because I just want this to come in just a little bit more than what it is right now. So I'm going to do 1 more row of decrease, but I'm going to do it with single crochet because I just wanted to add a little bit of length to the top here. That's why I did the row of double, and now I'm going to do a row of single crochet with decreases, and then I'll be done and I'll show you how I attach my handle. So I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to go into the first one and do 1 single, and then I'm going to single crochet decrease over the next 2. So then 1 by itself and then 2 together. Now this is going to bring it in pretty good. So that's why I say if you want to be done or you want to do something a little different with your last row, I say go ahead, do whatever makes you happy and however you want your bag to turn out. But I'm doing 1 single and then a single crochet decrease over the next 2. And I keep pulling at my yarn. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll meet back up when we get towards the end over here, and then we'll finish off and I'll show you how I put my handles on. Okay, I'm coming up around here and I have just a couple more to do. These hooks and this yarn do not get along very well. They are fighting. But I have 1 left again, so I'm just going to put 1 single in there, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the top of that first single crochet. And I am going to tie off here, if it'll let me. But now it's brought it in perfectly. Like, I think that looks really nice like that. So I'm going to tie off here. And I'm going to sew in this end. And I'll meet you right back and I'll show you how I attach my handles. Okay, with this particular handle, I think I'm just going to put it on each end here. And I'm actually going to go through both sides because we have enough room here to play with. And like I said, I'm giving this to my nieces to play with. So I'm going to put these on the ends here. And I am going to use the same color. I'm just going to cut myself a long piece. And I'm going to take my needle, and I am literally just going to wrap around this circle thing. So I'm going to bring it over as far as I can to the edge here. But I'm going to bring it down low so that I'm sewing into that single crochet row. So I'm going to bring this down low, and I'm going to come in from behind, and I'm going to come through, and I'm just going to, and make sure you hold on to that back piece, the string back here. Like, don't pull it all the way. Leave yourself something to play with. And then I'm literally just going to go in and out, and I'm going to go around this a bunch of times to make sure it's nice and secure. And I'm going to go back and forth a few times so that it's really on there good. My dogs are losing their marbles out there because I let my son go for a little bike ride, because I don't know if you guys have any kids, but I have a 21-year-old and a 16-year-old, and they are both starting to lose their minds slowly. And I feel bad, so I let the younger one go out and ride his bike, and for, you know, for little bits at a time, and I tell him to stay away from everybody. And then my 21-year-old, he likes going and doing the shopping. So this is just a very strange time for everybody, and I don't want my boys feeling stuck, I guess you could say. They're so young, it's hard for them. And I think everybody forgets that, because they're all full of energy. You know, they're not old like me. So they get a little stir crazy. Okay. This should be pretty good. If I could get it through back one more time. This should be pretty good. It's pretty snug in there. If you pull on it, it's pretty snug. So, and because I went through both sides, I am going to actually, to make this even more secure, I'm going to go up and sew, like I'm going to work this up this way. And where this meets up, I'm going to come up this way, and I'm just going to sew this little area closed. Like, I'm just going to go around it a couple times, just so that it stays nice and secure. And then I'm just going to sew in these ends, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And then it'll be like a small opening like that, but it'll be really cute. So that's all you gotta do. So when it's finished, it'll be like that. And I struggled with figuring out what I wanted to do, but I thought this handle looks cute enough. And I you know, because at first I thought maybe it was a little too dark, but I think it goes with it pretty nice. I think it looks really nice. And you should have seen it on the thumbnail, so I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you haven't already, I ask you to subscribe. That would be great. If you liked this video and this tutorial, give me a thumbs up just so I know you're liking it. And yeah, I hope, like I said, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. I hope I can help a little bit in your boredom. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.